Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and our today's topic is types of angles. Okay, so let's start with our first angle which is the acute angle. An angle whose measures lies between 0 degree and 90 degree. That means this angle will be between 0 and 90 degree. That means it will be greater than 0 but lesser than 90 degree. This type of angle is called as acute angle. Suppose I have formed this angle. Okay, so this is my angle AOB. As you can see over here, my angle AOB, this is my 0 degree and this will be my 90 degree. Okay. So this angle lies between 0 and 90. That is why this is our angle theta. So that is why it is called as our acute angle. What it is called? It is called as acute angles. Angles which values lies between 0 and 90. These angles are always smaller than 90 degree. Moving on to our second, which is our obtuse angle. Second topic, second angle is our obtuse angle. An angle whose measures lie between 90 and 180. As we seen earlier, our first angle was smaller than 90. In this case, it will be more than 90 and less than 180. That means the limit over here is 90 and 180. This type of angles are called as obtuse angle. How will you form the obtuse angle? So your angle which is your angle which lies between 0 degree, this is your 0 degree, this will be your 180 degree, this will be your 90 degree. So this angle will lie between 90 and 180. Okay, so these types of angles. Suppose this angle of our is theta. So as you can clearly see over here, our angle theta lies between 90 degree and 180 degree. That is why this type of angle is called as obtuse angle. You should always remember the value of obtuse angle will always be more than 90 and less than 180 degree. Okay. So moving on to our next angle, which is our right angle. Right angle means the angle whose measure is 90 degree is called as right angle. It will be perfectly perpendicular to our base. Okay, so this will be perpendicular to our base. This side it's our 0 degree. This side it's our 90 degree. Okay, suppose this is our angle AO. B. So this will be our 90 degree. That means it is perpendicular to our base. Always remember that whenever it is a right angle, our theta will be equal to 90 degree. 90 degree angles are called as right angle. Okay, so further we have seen three angles. Acute angle which is smaller than 90. Obtuse angle which is more than 90 and right angle which is equals to 90 degree. Okay. So moving ahead with our next topic which is a straight angle. An angle having measure 180 degree. That means it will be a perfectly straight line. That means if it is our 0 degree and this is our 180 degree. So this is my angle A, O, B, where my whole angle theta will be equals to 180 degree. It will be perfectly straight line as you can see in the figure. An angle having measure 180 degree is called as straight angle. Always remember for straight angle theta will be equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so moving ahead, we are having a reflex angle, an angle having measure lying between 180 and 360 degree is called as reflex angle. Angles, okay, so angle, that means our angle whose measures lie between. Suppose I am making this example. We are given angle A, B, and this is our angle C. Okay, so this is our theta. This angle is our theta, and this angle we are denoting it as alpha. What we are denoting it with? it's alpha. Okay. So for a reflex angle, as it is clearly said, it is between 180 to 360. That means our reflex angle will always be more than 180. It will be always be more than 180 degrees. So if you want to find any reflex angle, suppose we are asked that find the reflex angle alpha. So you can find it out with reflex angle alpha will be equals to, as you can clearly see, a complete angle forms 360 degree. Okay, a complete angle forms 360 degree. So how can you find out? This is your complete 360 degree and this one is your theta. So how can you find this angle, reflex angle alpha? You can directly subtract it from 360. So 360 minus theta will give you your reflex angle, which is denoted by alpha. Okay. Again, what is reflex angle? Reflex angle, you need to learn that reflex angle are always more than 180 and this will be smaller than 360. More than 180 and smaller than 360. Its value will always be lying between 180 to 360. And from my subtracting it from 360, you can find the value of any reflex angle asked. Okay. So moving on to our next is, which is our complementary angle. What are our complementary angles? If the sum of measure of two angle is 90 degrees. Suppose we are given an angle. Okay, this is my angle A, O, B, and this is my ray C. Okay, so this is my angle theta and this is my angle beta. Okay, this is my theta and this is my beta angle. If the sum of measure of two angle is 90 degree, that means our angle summation of angle AOC plus angle BOC. Okay, this one angle AOC and this angle BOC will always be equals to 90 degree. That means summation of theta plus beta will give us 90 degree. This type of angles are called as complementary angles. Complementary angles, that means you need to remember summation of two angles will always give you 90 degree. Okay. Moving on to our next topic, which is our supplementary angles. Okay, what is our next topic? It's supplementary angles. Supplementary angles means if the sum of measure of two angle is 180 degree. What is the summation? Earlier, it was 90 degree for complementary angles. Now, it's 180 degrees. That means if the summation of two angle is 180 degrees. Suppose I have my this type of angle A, O, B, and this is my ray C. Okay. So my summation of angle, this is my alpha and this is my beta. So the summation of my angle AOC plus my angle BOC will be equals to, it will be equals to 180 degrees. You can go for this diagram or somewhat you can go for this diagram as well. Okay. My angle AOB and this is my angle C. In this case, it is my straight line. That means it can clearly seen that it is perpendicular, 90 degrees. So 90 plus 90 will of course give us 180 degree. In this case, I have my one acute angle and other one is my obtuse angle. Okay, this can be clearly seen from the figure. So always remember, whenever there is supplementary angle, its summation is 180 degree. That means your alpha plus beta will give us 180 degree. Its value will not be more than 180 degrees. Okay. Adjacent angle. Adjacent angle means two angles having one common vertex origin. This both can be considered as our adjacent angle. How so? So you can consider angle AOC is adjacent to our angle angle BOC. How so? Because we are having our common vertex of OC. So this can be taken as the example of our adjacent angle as well. One common arm and non-common arms are lying on the different side of common arm, and they are called as adjacent angles. See, this is my another non-common arm, and this one OA is other non-common arm. Suppose we are given the figure. Let me take another example with the help of figure. See, this is my figure. This is my angle. Angle BAC. Okay. And this is my ray AD. So my angle, as you can see in the figure, angle BAD. That means my angle BAD is adjacent to angle DAC. How so? Because they are having one common arm AD and the two non-common arm AB and AC. So the summation of this adjacent angle will give me my whole angle BAC. That means how can you write how is my BAC angle formed? It is the summation of angle BAD plus angle DAC. Clear? Okay, moving on to next pair of angle, which is called as linear pair of angles. When a non-common arms of adjacent angles are just opposite to each other or they form a straight line, such pairs are called as linear pair. We can understand it with the help of an example. As shown in the figure, I am taking my angle BAC, and this is my ray D. Okay. So angle DAB and angle DAC forms a linear pair. As you can clearly see, angle BAD and angle DAC forms the linear pair, and its summation will always be equals to 180 degree. How? Which angle does it resemble? It also resembles our supplementary angles as well. What does it resemble? It resembles our supplementary angles as well. As we mentioned earlier, the summation of supplementary angle is also 180 degree, and the summation of linear pairs is also our 180 degrees. Moving on to next, which is our vertically opposite angles. You should always remember vertically opposite angle with the help of an alphabet called as X. Whenever you see the X in the figure, that means they are vertically opposite angles. Similarly, you can, for the trick, you can consider the perpendicular sign for the linear pair. Opposite T. Okay, you can take the reciprocal T as in a trick to remember the linear pairs. Okay, so two angles having common vertex and each arms of the angle together with the arm form another angle. They are called as vertically opposite angle. This might not be sounding clear to you. Let me clear it with the help of a figure. We are taking a figure which are having two arms. Okay, this is my two arms. Say angle AOC, and my second arm is angle BOC. So here, what are our vertically opposite angles? That means for my first case, my vertically opposite angle will be angle AOB is opposite to angle COD. Okay. This is my vertically opposite angles. First pair, as you can clearly see over here, angle AOB is opposite to angle COD. And the next pair is angle AOD is opposite to angle BOC. These are called as vertically opposite angles. The opposite sides of the vertices are considered as vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite, the measure of vertically opposite angle are equal. Important, you should know that. If my angle AOB is X, that means my angle DOC will also be X. Suppose my angle AOD is Y. That means our angle BOC will also be Y. Okay, these were the types of angles which we have seen. First is acute, then obtuse, right angle, and straight angle. Okay, so these were the angles which we have seen in the video. I hope you enjoyed it and join again. Thank you so much for joining and hope you liked it. Join again.